Good morning, all my peoples. Live from New York, approaching Brooklyn as we speak. Thank you for joining the Foul Playland. As always, I'm your foul player. I'm doing this kind of like morning rant video. I'm gonna change the position of the camera in a second. I'm holding this shit with my hands too. I'm doing this morning rant video regarding the actually. Let me show y'all. This is actually what I consider the flyest building in Brooklyn. That building was built in the 20s, and back then it costed $1 billion to make. And they wanted to make all buildings in Brooklyn like that, but let me see if you can still see it. They wanted to make this not in Brooklyn actually, that's Manhattan, but they wanted to make all Manhattan in that style. But once they made that building, they fucking ran out of bread, and they ditched that plan. Plus, we entered into the Great Depression too. And I don't know if y'all can see, that's the arteries to the Brooklyn Bridge. But thanks for joining me. Like I said before, I'm a foul player. You're in the Foul Playland. I'm making this video as a little bit of a morning rant on this here Tuesday, December 11th, I believe. Yeah, it is December 11th. I think there was more rumors regarding who AJ's next opponent is. And I kind of heard a little bit in the regarding the Usyk fight, and it was always looked at almost like a third option. And then maybe post Wilder Fury, there was some rumors in Great Britain that that was actually moving up to be Joshua's next most likely opponent, even past fucking prick, even more so than the White Chisora winner. Let me tell this motherfucker something, bro. Oh, it's a broad. Lucky. But it seems like from the murmurings that are coming out of the UK, that it's even more likely that Usyk is AJ's next opponent, more so than White. And I mean, of hearing it initially, I heard it immediately after the Wilder Fury result. And even now, since there's so many variables that you have to think of, not just making the match. I mean, because legitimately, he could just say he's moving up to heavyweight, and he could just fight Anthony Joshua right away. But I'm not sure how well that's going to sell over with the British public. I mentioned before, it's not like fucking Usyk is Mr. Charming, and he's gonna have these media tours that aren't written in subtitles because the motherfucker doesn't know English. In addition to that, on the surface, it's a cruiserweight moving up to fight what is so-called the best fucking heavyweight in the whole world. Fighting him without any acclamation to the division. You know, he's never taken on any other heavyweight fight, and he's gonna go in and fight the number one guy, quote unquote, right away. You know, so good luck selling that to the UK viewing public or the UK buying public. It's gonna be a tough sell. I mean, I think at the end of the day, the more realistic approach is to fight Dillian White. As much as an ass cheek fight as that's gonna be, I think it's a better sell. I mean, maybe Eddie Hearn is misjudging his ability to put the wool over his consumers' eyes, and maybe try to sell them on a Usyk match as if it's something that's different than him running it back with Dillian White, maybe. Maybe make it seem like Usyk's the number one like guy in the whole world, and he was just beating the competition so bad that his move up to the heavyweight rankings was a something that had to be done. Who the hell knows? I mean, like, you're seeing like a lot of kinks in the Matchroom Eddie Hearn decision making, and I think a lot of that is happening not only because of shitty decisions that were made in the past, but shitty decisions that are happening now, in addition to a lack of options, a lack of sellable options. When it comes to an option of Big Baby Miller, that's just as shitty, if not more shitty, than a Usyk match. I don't know. That's a tough one. Dillian White Part 2, I mean, like, their numbers with the pay-per-view are going down, where his match with Joseph Parker ended up selling 1.4 million according to Sky, which I don't believe for a second. But then you're gonna go from that to fucking to his next match against Povetkin, selling 1.1 million. So what's Dillian White fight gonna sell when they run that back? You already knew what the outcome was the first time. You have what potentially is like the quote unquote best heavyweight in the world, and he's fighting people that he's already knocked out. It wasn't like that was a big battle or anything like that, and it wasn't like Dillian White beat a bunch of people that were just killers in the division, a la Luis Ortiz. Dillian White basically beat competition that Anthony Joshua beat, and that's his best opponent, or that's his best opponent is Joseph Parker fight that he struggled with, and which he was losing with, and which the same guy who fought Anthony Joshua to Anthony Joshua's probably wackest fight that he's had thus far in his career. So I mean, if that's his top opponent, it's not like people aren't familiar with Joseph Parker being on the losing end of these matches that are quote unquote big money matches in the UK. So I mean, like, there's no mystique and there's no mystery to a potential Dillian White and Anthony Joshua matchup. And you know, one could only like be delighted if you're not a fanboy of Anthony Joshua in the plight that's facing fucking Matchroom at this current juncture. You know, they've kind of like went into negotiations with Wilder before in a very snobbish fashion, like fucking and almost making it seem like they held every card in the deck and like everything had to run through them. You know, you're not at that level yet. You weren't at that level yet, and a lot of the stuff that you were, the bill of goods you were selling, most times didn't have to do with Anthony Joshua's talent. It had to do with trying to tear down Wilder. And now it's come back to bite you in the ass. Like, now everybody seemingly wants to see Wilder win or lose. Now everybody's talking about Wilder. Now everybody wants to see Fury. They're making an injunction as far as with Fury right into your market in the UK. So everything that was said in the last year or so and their way of negotiating, I mean, they carried on with it for a while, and it just sucks for you to be in a position where you thought you were the top dog and reality hits you in the chin, and you got to buckle to your knees and feel overwhelmed for a little while. Another thing I wanted to talk about too is the potential of Tyson Fury and or Deontay Wilder never fighting Anthony Joshua. And I mean, like, and that's a lot of that. Because I deal mostly with fans, but a lot of that, a lot of fans, like, in comments of these videos, would talk about it jubilantly, like, as if Deontay Wilder could get frozen out to a degree, like that Fury could get frozen out of potentially fighting Joshua. At the end of the day, these guys could run that fight back 3 times, potentially make into the triple millions, and walk out into retire, walk into the sun, walk off into the sunset. If that were to happen, heaven forbid, neither one of those two, in Fury and or Wilder, make a match with Anthony Joshua, all this posturing and all this, like, making it seem like Anthony Joshua was the hottest thing since the potential coming of Christ. It starts corroding a little bit. I mean, like, it's not like people are gonna look at the, in the laurels of time and not hold Joshua mostly accountable for these negotiations falling apart, particularly when the biggest point of contention from that side of the matchroom assholes was about Anthony Joshua's supposed A side, where it made it seem like they were on some A plus side shit, and everybody else who was dealing with them were some D sides or some shit. So I mean, if you have that much A side clout, the onus is on you to make these fights happen, more so than the person who's supposedly trying to aspire to be where you are. So when these things, you're already seeing some of that backlash now. I looked through some of the comments on even like Dick Rider channels, like Hatman, like fucking who's completely changed his tone from being a somewhat decent boxing channel to being a dick swallowing matchroom AJ channel. And even on the comments of a channel like that, that's largely English or British, even the comments on that have swayed dramatically, where you would see 95% of comments, and I'm not bullshitting about like the ratio, if you will, of people that were co-signing everything that came out of Hearn's mouth, or saying stuff like that was anti-Wilder or anti-Fury at the when Wilder and Fury were gonna fight. So now people calling out AJ as being a pussy, people talking shit about Barry Hearn, people talking shit about Eddie Hearn, and that was just today. I mean, you can look it up for yourself. I'm not like fibbing on the stuff that I'm seeing. And most times, if I go through a video, I'm listening. Especially if it's a boxing video, I'm not gonna look at the content most times, because a lot of times it's just highlights from past fights with somebody talking over it. I'm gonna lower the phone down because I think the police are behind me. But a lot of times that's I'm looking through the comments. I think a lot of people do that, like where they look through the comments and they want to maybe talk shit to somebody who they disagree with, or so. And that's normally what I do too. And I think it gives me a little bit of a pulse of what the people feel. Yeah, there goes the police. It's like a tow truck for the cops. Yeah, but I gotta be real careful in this little stretch of fucking highway, because I just got bagged speeding fucking I know I was jetting right through here, but a couple feet ahead from this. Plus, on top of that too, I got into a car accident, and people drive like assholes here, like this fucking moron with government plates. But yeah. So lost my train of thought. Yeah, so and looking at a lot of those comments, like within a matter of weeks, the perception of AJ has changed dramatically. And I subscribe to the notion, and I've said this in the past, that I think a lot of these comments that I was seeing in a lot of these videos and chat rooms, if you will, were maybe bots, or like not bots necessarily, but paid people that were going around to a lot of these videos and liking anything with Barry or Eddie Hearn, or liking anything that was pro Anthony Joshua, and anything like that, like that's fluff or that's fake. You can only get by so long. You know, the truth brings everything to light, and you can't block the rays of the sun using your fucking hands. So, and I like to see that too. I mean, it's almost like seeing revenge being served. And I love like revenge stories more than anything. I like comeback stories. And in these negotiations, like, you know, that pompous, like fucking holier than thou and nobody could aspire to reach where I am attitude that Anthony Joshua had, and that Eddie Hearn was perpetrating, it's falling apart, crumbling apart in front of our eyes. And the cool thing about that is that we're just a measly 9 days from the Wilder and Fury matchup taking place this past Saturday. I mean, like, things are only like gonna get worse for a Matchroom from here on out, unless they really like do something outlandish and try to overpay for Fury or Wilder. And that might not even be something where they offer 50%. That might be something in which they're at the losing end of a percentage split or negotiation. So fuck Anthony Joshua, fuck Matchroom, fuck Eddie Hearn, fuck all you dick riding channels that were co-signing and endorsing it, to include and not limited to Hatman Boxing, Fresh One Counter Punch with his fucked up haircut and his dirty ass house in the background. That dude, his name is like Boone or some shit. Fucking Black Cat, crusty as fuck, mad ashy, like fucking hands. One of his videos, his fingernails are mad dirty. Fucking teeth are always dirty. Who else? I mean, to all you fucking dick riders, like buck dancers, like fucking I mean, like continue to regurgitate fucking old information, like because you received the marching orders from your fucking dressed up ringleader in Eddie Hearn, somebody who's bullshitted along the whole way. So the only thing you got to run on is fucking lies, and it seems like a lot of you guys that are doing videos endorsing a lot of this bullshit seem to be running out of content. Y'all gonna have to start talking wrestling real soon. LDBC's on your ass, quite frankly. Fucking I may not agree with every fucking single dude in the LBC or co-sign everything that comes out of it, but at least things are called down the middle by and large. And where you guys are trying to sway opinions and taking the marching orders from some cat that's not of your country, most times not of your ethnicity, and who had nothing but bullshit to say. So keep up with your fucking hate and bullshit. It'll get you far. If you thought you were gonna make cake off these videos, like moving forward, you're gonna have to start looking into Uber. Fucking which you're probably already. But I think that cat Fresh One Counter Punch is probably an Uber driver. Fucking because he you could tell he does his haircuts with Gillette blue razor. His fucking quote unquote shape ups just be looking fucked up. My man just be looking like a helmet, and he's receding hard body. Fucking and you could tell he's not even old like that. Fucking hairline looking all fucked up. Matter of fact, bro, fuck that dude. Cause I can't stand that dude, man. Like fucking but if you look at his videos, And I'm pretty sure he doesn't own that piece of shit house he lives in. But that shit got like these fucking nasty ass oil stained like walls with like the popcorn ceilings. You could see like fucking clumps of grease like within the crevices of the popcorn ceilings. Shitty ass fucking grease filled like cabinets. And mind you, bro, like I mean, like I'm not saying my house is fucking dapper the fuck out, bro. Never that. But when I make a video, and I think most people like fucking with any sort of brain or with any sort of cleanliness to at least one surface in their house, usually use the best fucking surface like to make a fucking video. Like goddamn, this dude be doing that shit like in that kitchen. Every room in his house is probably full of fucking dirty clothes and fucking old bicycles or some shit. Fucking ashtray like remnant. Like your shit be looking fucked up, bro. And this dude stay bullshitting, bro. I mean, at least make it seem like you calling it down the middle, like to a degree, bro. My man, like he will, like when Barry Hearn said that shit about the 50 million being true. Yo, this dude went into fucking hibernation, bro, for like 4 days, and he comes out with some glosses over that whole shit completely, and then makes some video about fucking God knows what about AJ fucking using a diamond jump rope or some shit. Like you're a dick rider, bro. I can't stand like dudes that are like I can't stand dick riders. I can't stand fucking entourage type dudes. Like yo, like what are you gonna do with your life, my man? Like where you going with all this? I understand, like, you know, you don't want to be the captain of the ship in every situation, but you a bottom of the rung like type dude, bro. Like fucking in life, in this game, and I mean, God, heaven forbid if Wilder and AJ do fight, and he gets knocked out, you and all these other fucking herb ass channels are gonna fucking dissipate fucking like water in the fucking summer. Like y'all have no substance. Like I don't give a fuck what happens with any fight, bro. I'm not a fan like of any of these dudes, like to the point where I'm gonna try to like tell you like some shit that's fucking contrary like to the truth. Like what's the point? I mean, like, and if that's the case, I mean, I'm pretty sure like videos like that, other people are already doing them. So you're just going after fucking people that are liking your shit that are just fucking dick riders. I think a lot of there's another cat, like I think he's a Latin cat, like wrecked by McGregor, fucking corny ass. Like I think he's Latin too. I mean, like I already said he's Latin, but fucking mad corny. Like another pandering ass channel. He was trying to fake the funk, like you could tell like from Jump Street that he didn't like Wilder. He's probably a homo, but initially he was faking jacks like he was somewhat of a boxing channel, and maybe in the totality of all his videos, like he was seeing that he was getting a lot of views with the by stroking AJ, and became an AJ channel. And I remember in one of his videos, you could tell he may have said something that was neutral or not pro AJ, and they had turned on him. So he made like a fucking bitch. He fucking makes a video like, oh, have the UK fans turned on me? Oh no, did the UK fans use me? Like, you're a straight bitch, bro. Like, come on, like, how you gonna talk about some fucking YouTube dudes using you, bro? Like, you a fucking fool, bro. Like, I don't know what's up with dudes today, bro. Like, fucking I can't even like fucking I mean, it's good that I'm feeling this way as I get older, because I remember I would let somewhat people's opinions or like the way people did stuff sort of sway like my decision making at times. Like, not, I mean, I thought I was being too stringent back in the day, but I think people are just fucking mad nowadays, bro. Like, people are just fucking crazy or just dumb, man. Like, it's a phenomenon. I mean, I hope we come out of that shit as a people, as a fucking race. I mean, as humans. Fucking goddamn, like I can't can't fuck with any of y'all nowadays, bro. Like fucking on any level. I don't even want to shake y'all hands, bro. Like anybody. Like Dudes are too fucking emotional. Dudes be on some bitch shit. Fucking just lying. I can't stand people, bro. And I'm not going off on a tangent because I'm feeling great. Man, I'm pushing a fucking car that's fucking worth more than where you live in. Fucking, not that it means anything, bro. Like fucking, because I'm not on that bullshit and flaunting it in your face, bro. Like fucking, but your man's just living fine, bro. I was gonna say your boy, bro. I ain't calling myself boy ever again no more. But fucking, I'm living fine, bro. Fucking, and I came from the dumps too, bro. Ain't nobody give me shit. I'm probably more in the hood and more hood than any of y'all on any level. I don't care if it's fucking a passerby or fucking you read like. And I'm not saying I'm fucking Johnny Come Killer, but I definitely didn't fucking live my life behind no computer and started fucking never that like fucking. I lived in the hood and I wasn't no wallflower in the hood. Tell you that fucking 100%. Like fucking your boy wasn't watching his from the windows. Fucking, I'll go to my hood today. Fucking looking the way I am at this current juncture. Like fucking Dolly, and not kissing ass. Fucking I don't be kissing these young dudes' asses like fucking like a lot of these cats do. Like fucking showing like especially when they're not living right. I'll go right back to fucking 4 or 5, like fucking on any block, like fucking of where I grew up. Nobody chasing shit out, like fucking I stroll right through, in and out, and I dip. I'm going on a rant, bro. Like fucking, I'm sorry, bro. Like and definitely, bro. Like exclude the last 10 minutes of what I said, like with the exception of like the fucking dick riding UK channels, man. Like fucking I just don't want these young cats to hear shit like that and fucking. Cause I'm definitely more reserved, like fucking in actuality, bro. I don't be on no hood shit, like fucking any longer, bro. I'm fucking I'm already an old man. If you doing the same shit you were doing when you were 16 and 17, like fucking you got a problem, pop. Like fucking if you don't change up the way you speak or the way you are, like fucking not to say like to sound white, bro, because I don't sound white. But I try to enunciate when I speak, and I try to like fucking I've tried to lengthen my vocab like fucking as the years have gone on. But if you stagnant and you still in the same spot that you were like fucking when you were in your 20s and you mid 30s or peaking at 30, like that's on you, bro. I don't take no pride in fucking goonery or trying to be G'd the fuck up or getting into fights in the movie theater that's just corny, bro. Like fucking like and I'm not saying like I'm on some fucking piece shit like fucking or Mr. Happy in the hood like fucking like what it do, baby? Like fuck out of here, bro. Like fucking I be walking town with the frown most times, like because I don't even want to fuck with people. Like I don't even like saying hi anymore. Like not because I'm holding it down, bro, but it's just that people be on some shit lately, man. Like fucking, it is what it is. Yo, let me end that shit off here, bro. I didn't want to go live because last time I got disconnected, so this is my little bootleg like live video. And don't be a bird too, man. Like if you, I hope you like my shit. Dislike it. I've been getting a lot of dislikes too, man. I'm actually like quite proud. Like fucking or I've been getting a consistent level of dislikes in my videos. So to y'all, I thank you. And I'm not being like contrite or anything like that when I say that. Like fucking, that's the truth. I mean, it shows like I watched, or it shows I got, I guess, a reaction from you. Like fucking, it is what it is. But shout out to the Lions Den boxing community. Shout out to damn, this motherfucker almost got into an accident, bro. Stupid motherfucker. This dick. Fucking shout out to the whole boxing community. Shout out to anybody who's new to the sport and is coming into the game. Like fucking we need as many of you as we could. Everybody starts off as a fair weather fan at some point. This motherfucker almost got into the accident. Oh, these two idiots. Yeah, boosh. And this fucking moron. I think he was the one that caused it. Good job, bud. Yeah. But let me break out, bro. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.